Diane from Millhouse Quilts, and today we're going to start assembling a quilt called Around the Village Square. We'll do it in 2 different sessions, so today we'll start with the blocks. This quilt is made out of 20 different fabrics, and we have chosen to use woven fabrics. We have actually a brushed flannel, a brushed woven, and it feels like flannel on one side and looks smooth on the other. And you can choose whichever side you want to use, and I have chosen to have the soft flannelly side up. This is the layout of one block. You have a first ring and a second ring and a third ring. And when it's done, it's going to look like this. You mix all the fabrics up, but the center is always the same fabric. So I'll start by you put the first row, you take the center one and put the 2 shorter sides on the center first of all. And I have a 1/4 inch foot on my machine, which I like to use very much. And I have also chosen to use black thread because each of my fabrics has black somewhere in it, so I think that will be the least noticeable. Then you go to press these and always press it away from the center. So I will press it out like that. And then the next 2 sides get added. And at that point, your block will look like this. All the centers are the same, but I've mixed up fabrics on every block. But I have my 2 starters and then my 2 sides there. And then when you go to add the second row, you always add the short sides first. So my short sides started here, so I'll put my short sides there and then my long sides on that side. And it's always pressed out away from the middle. Makes it very, very easy. And then to do the last row, it's the same thing. Here's my short side, so I'll put my 2 short sides on first, and then my 2 long sides. And here's the back of my block. Everything is pressed out. And then you get to go to the design wall, and here's where the fun starts. Because we have 20 different fabrics and 20 blocks, we have to think like a scrap lover and scatter the colors when we lay them out. So I have the start. I have started piecing my top together. And when I looked at this and put these up, I saw that things like the gold, these are 2 different fabrics, but that sticks out, and this light one sticks out a little bit more, and there's a lot of different red. So I consciously worked on trying to scatter those colors around to make it more pleasing. So I have my golds away. I have gold here, here, here. So your eye draws that. And then this one, I made sure these weren't next to each other, so I have it here, here, and here. And then the reds are all over, so I have a lot of red, and I made sure that was scattered. And the green, there isn't as much, but that also is away from itself. I also have a little secret method. I lay these out, and then I carry a row to my sewing table to put them together. And it's really easy to mix them up and put them in the wrong order. So my little secret key is, on the right side, the side closest to me, I put 1 pin. Each of these has 1 pin here, and the last one on the row has 2 pins. So I lay them out in order, and I know that the 2 pin one always has to be on that end, and the 1 pin one always on this end. And that is the method I use over and over and over. I'll go to 3 pins, 4 pins, whatever I need. But it really helps me keep them in the right order because I have spent a lot of time unpicking or unsewing after I twisted them around. So I'm just about ready to sew the last strip on here. Then the center will be complete. And then we will work on the borders. Now we're going to start piecing the outer border of the quilt. And this is as scrappy as the center. I have all different pieces the same size laid up. And I want to sew them together with 2 different ones, never 2 the same. Well, at least I don't like 2 the same together because I like the scrappy look. So I will start sewing. And I love to chain piece, which means I really like to just keep it going. So I will do the next one before I cut the first one off. I chain piece every chance I can. And sometimes, if I have scraps, I have incidental pieces I'm piecing just to keep the chain going. Okay, so we need to make a whole bunch of these, but what we've done is I have pairs ready, and then I will pick up pairs and sew those together, and then I'll pick up 2 sets of 4 and sew those together, and eventually we will get 4 strips. This is the start of one, and it's all, you can see I have consciously tried to scatter the different fabrics. Here's our big plaid again, and so far there's just one of those, one of this. My reds are scattered, my golds are scattered. I have 2 different golds. So I am consciously thinking of that detail as I put these together. So stay tuned, check in for episode 2 when we'll have the borders done and we'll get them on the quilt. Happy quilting from Millhouse Quilts.